Back in the early 90s, I was in high school in Buffalo, New York, and I was in a band called The Groove. The time it was Peter Prince, Larry Mano, Tony Calarco, and myself. We played all over town. There were so many great clubs to play. Essex Street Pub, Broadway Joe's, the Cabaret. I can go on. And, you know, we'd get out of town, do gigs, you know, outside of Buffalo. But there was one place in particular that we didn't play too often, but it was the spot in town because all the national acts would come through. That was the Trough. The Trough-Amador, but the Trough. I love playing all around town. All the clubs I talked about. I had great experiences, but there was one night in particular back when I was in high school that stood out right from the beginning, right from the jump. We got a chance to open for Maceo Parker. It was Maceo Parker, Fred, Pee Wee, Larry Goldings. I mean, like that was the time, man. Maceo was putting out some albums back then. So we're all excited for the show. We get to the club early to load in, do the thing. I remember showing up, Maceo and the cast were already on stage sound checking. We walk in and I just remember this feeling I had of obviously excitement, but I felt like I walked in and the groove didn't hit me the way I thought it would. And I, being my, I thought I was doing the thing back then. Big fish in a small pond. I attributed it to the drummer's groove. It didn't sound like the records that I had been listening to at the time. And of course, my first instinct was, man, I could play this stuff. I know it. I could do, you know the deal. Anyway, they finished sound check. We obviously sound check at some point, but very short because we're just the local opener. Now, the interesting thing that I found out that day was that Pee Wee Ellis's son had a band that was going to be playing in between Maceo's sets. So we're opening, the Groove is opening, Maceo goes on for a set, Pee Wee's son's band comes and does the in-between, and then Maceo comes back out for the second set. Now, I don't know how the rest of this went down, but at some point, I get to rapping with Pee Wee's son. Ask him about the whole, just everything, but in particular, the drummer situation. Like, what, what's going on? He's like, oh, well, this is the situation. Maceo, maybe the drummer who was supposed to be on the tour maybe couldn't show up or whatever. There was some issue. And the drummer was supposed to play with Pee Wee's son's band for some reason. And I just got like this sense of like, ooh, that's my opening. Let me see what's up here. So start talking. I'm like, and I somehow convinced this cat to let me play their set. So we end up on Maceo's tour bus. Maceo and the band wasn't there. It was just me, Pee Wee's son, and maybe someone else from the band. Playing me all the songs over the stereo. I'm like, yeah, I got this. I'm learning the tunes. Yeah, I'm gonna crush this. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so the groove, we do our set. We do our opening set. Friends and family are all in the house. Of course, place is packed because it's Maceo. Maceo goes on, does his first set. Everyone's rocking. Oh, this is great. And then I slide out. I didn't tell anybody, who came to see us, not even my bandmates. I didn't tell them what was up. So I slide out, go backstage, and then, bam, Maceo's set ends. Next thing everyone knows, I'm walking out with these cats. So I'm just feeling good. I'm gonna rock this place, man. Here we go. So we jump in, start playing. I'm feeling pretty good. And then I remember we must have been like a song or two in, because it was a short set. It was like I said, it was like a little in between thing from between Maceo sets. I remember them saying, "All right, now we're gonna bring out Maceo, Fred, and Pee Wee." And these cats, the curtain opens up and these cats walk out, and I'm like, oh shoot, what did I get myself into? Yo, this is crazy. So these cats gonna come out, we go into the tune, and I'm like, yo, I'm rocking with the cats. I'm gonna show them what this kid from Buffalo can do. So going to and I hit some groove, and I was feeling so good. That moment, I remember Maceo turned around and gave me the look. This look was like he was not feeling it whatsoever. He was like, brother, get it together. So it was like, oh man. Oh. Anyway, we finished the tune, finished the little set, get off a stage. I'm a little shook. No, I'm not a little shook. I'm shook. Maceo, finishes up the night. And, when I go back out into the crowd, people are, oh, yeah, this was so great. But man, deep, of course, I'm like, yeah, great. Deep down inside, that look his eyes just burned into my soul. Oh boy. So one of the funny things about this story is that, one, the drummer who, when I walked in, who I wasn't feeling, who I immediately thought like, man, I can do that. I'm better than that, blah, all this kind of stuff. Well, that drummer was Maceo's brother, the one and only Melvin Parker. Melvin Parker, who played on so many James Brown hits, it doesn't even make sense. He's one of the JB drummers. And I thought I wasn't even paying attention. That's how horrible that was. So, what did I learn that evening? What did I take forward from that evening? The old saying, never judge a book by its cover. That's for sure. What else? Be prepared if you're going to jump in the deep end. And if you're not prepared, be ready to take and accept the criticism. be open to the experience of learning from people who've been around a lot longer than you. So that is my Maceo Parker story, part one. Part one. Oh yeah, the beautiful thing about this story though, is that I had the chance to retell this story to Maceo, to Fred, later on in my life in Soul Live. So maybe, just maybe, I did something right along the way. But that look, whoo, that knocked all the cool out of me. Maybe I got it back. I don't know. All right.